Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, here on KCAA Broadcasting Network, 1050 AM and 106.5 FM, where we cover over 5 million households in the greater Los Angeles area, and we are also affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. You can listen to us every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time on any of your favorite podcasts and streaming channels. We are also in Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, and the Android app. Just subscribe to Building Solid Foundations channel. Today, our guest is Siobhan Moran, and I simply cannot describe this woman because even on her website it says it would be like describing a unicorn. And so I welcome to our podcast Siobhan. Siobhan, please tell the audience about yourself, who you are, and what you do. What is it about you that makes everyone describe you as magical, unicorn, inspirational, out of the box? I could keep going, but I was like reading this going, how am I going to do this?
Yeah. So basically, I help, to make it as short and simple as possible, I help people create miracles in their lives. It just happens that I do it for businesses. And I have a unique way of doing this that is more energy-based, more soft and subtle, although I am kind of a fierce get-results business person. And so I blend the left brain, the right brain, a subtle energy, the nuance, psychology, and intuitiveness, along with strategy, tactics, and marketing, and health stuff. So I bring it all together under one umbrella.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh,
Because you're
gosh.
just, okay, I'm only asking because, I'm quite woo. Anybody who listens to this show knows, it's like, ooh, it's an energy thing. Let's go. Enjoy. I spent a lot of time in Sedona. I love exploring. But when I read through your stuff, you've been doing this for so long, it seems like you've been doing this before anybody else was doing this.
Yeah, I have.
So please tell me your story,
Yeah.
how this started.
So I'll start with the business stuff first. So my first business was at 11, right? And my first business being at 11 meant that I figured out how to buy stuff for myself. It's because my parents wouldn't buy me the sweater that I wanted. And they said, if you can figure it out, then you can have it. So I created my own business. And then my second, and I sold it to my brother for a t-shirt. Anyway, mergers and acquisitions.
At an early stage.
At an
Okay.
early stage. And then the next one was around 14 or 15, and I bought my car with that. And I bought an opportunity to go to college with that. And I bought freedom, basically. And then I went to college for computer programming. I'd been programming when I was in high school.
I was going to say, that seems like a very interesting and unusual choice.
Yeah, my mom didn't want me. I had gotten accepted into a fashion design school. And apparently I didn't know until she left her body that I'd gotten in. And so she enrolled me into computer programming. And I was
And I have to
apparently-
say, for those of you driving, you're not going to be able to see the way she looks, but she is like a fashionista sitting here.
maybe.
Very stylish. So you had gotten into the fashion.
I wanted to. I
Okay.
wanted to. But she put me in computer programming school.
Okay.
Because I was getting in trouble. Like all people who are creative are get in trouble. And I was kind of good at it. And then I went to college and I was like, I liked marketing and art and math and computer programming. So I went a little big. And then I decided, you know what? I can do this. I can do something on my own. I can create something that is completely different. And I just didn't know what that was. And I decided to go out on my own and explore the world. what did that mean?
Yes, exactly. I was saying, okay.
Exactly, what did that mean?
But before you go on, because I'm just curious, what was the car you bought with your?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't allowed to buy the car that I wanted, so I ended up
But it
with
was your money.
I know, but they were going to pay for insurance.
Okay.
Anyway, I wasn't allowed to buy the car that I wanted. And
I'm just curious. The
yeah.
creative mind.
Yeah, it was a hot rod car. Anyway,
Okay.
something that went fast and had a you could take the top off. So it was fun. It was a fun car, and I ended up with a Pinto. But you know what?
A Pinto's pretty good.
Beat the heck out of that, and that went across the country like nobody's business. So it was totally fine.
Okay. All right. So now,
Now.
continue. So we were at the point where you got out of college and you had all of these amazing skills and you were putting them all together for you.
I don't think I felt like I had skills. I just felt like I had to learn about life. I mean, I'm pretty introverted, believe it or not. I'm actually
Really hard to believe.
I'm actually very introverted. And I felt like I didn't understand how life worked. And so I moved across the country and started figuring things out. And so I'm going to fast forward a bit. And I ended up in California eventually. And I worked for a guy, the first guy I worked for was an insurance company because I got a transfer, which was like legit. And I left as fast as I could.
Okay.
As soon as I could get out of there and I had some money for a place to stay. And then I worked for this guy who was an engineer, and he made computer accessories. And
What does that mean, computer accessories? It's like all of the gadgets.
any gadget you could imagine. He was the inventor of many multitudes of computer accessories.
Okay.
So anyway, so let's forward this a bit. And I was the number 12th hire. And so I helped them build that to about $140 million and then
Wow.
get that sold to Rubbermaid. And I was like, and my first thought, I didn't know that I didn't know what I didn't know. And I thought, well, they're going to get corporate-y and I got to go. As soon as they get corporate-y, I'm out. And as soon as they got corporate-y, I went and found another one to do that with. And then I did that 4 more times.
Wow.
And I was like, I love this entrepreneur thing. This is so cool. And the one that changed everything was a pharmaceutical company. This woman-owned pharmaceutical company. She was quite interesting. And I helped them go from 3 people to getting bought by a major pharmaceutical company. But in the process of that, I got sick, misdiagnosed, nearly died of blood poisoning. And I decided in the emergency room that I wasn't left here just to die. And I was going to go home and heal myself. Now, honest to God, I really had no idea what that meant. I really had no idea what that meant. So I decided I'll take your injection. And at the time while they're mixing it, I can still see it in my head, like they're over there mixing this cocktail that is lethal to all the junk that was in my body. And then they said, oh, and you're going to stay here for 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, no. I'm going home. People die here. I'm not doing that. And so I decided I was going to go home and heal myself. And that's what I did. And so that started this whole journey of, well, what had I been doing all my life?
Oh, maybe this is where the energy starts.
Exactly.
Wow.
So what
Okay.
had I been doing all my life?
Okay.
And I started reflecting because I really couldn't move. I started reflecting on all the things I'd been doing since I was little, like 3 all the way on up, and how I helped companies get built and sold, and how I helped teams, and how I helped in all of these different things. And I thought, yeah, if I can build a business, I can heal my body. Now I had to reverse engineer that. What did that mean?
Yes.
Right. And I started thinking about what was important, and what was important to me was water. I didn't know that was a really cool thing. It was long before water was cool. I went to college and I always imported my own water. I would go back and forth to home to bring my own water anyway, so I kind of had all of these
So
things
you
already
sort
baked in.
of already knew.
I
You
already
didn't like the
knew.
water, so you brought your own.
I already knew all these things about how, like, oh, you should eat like this. Oh, after you've been out partying all night, right? You should eat like this. After you've done this, you should do this. So I had all of these things kind of pre-baked in.
Huh.
And then I heard something on the radio about somebody, this is pretty hilarious, about somebody giving another person an orgasm without touch. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, that's really cool. I want
Yeah,
that.
I want that.
But what really struck me was, oh, if you can do that, then that means there's something more that the body has in it. It has this magical formula in it. And I started thinking about, oh, this is what I've been doing all my life. This is the way I've been thinking. This is when I would go to parties. I would get backed into a corner and people would ask me questions about their life and how to solve all their problems. And so
I know, because I've done that. I've actually walked up to her. She was like, we were someplace, and I walked up to her and I said, I have a feeling I need to be next to you. So she does have that effect on people.
yeah. So
And
that's kind of where it all that's kind of the long short story.
Wow. That's the long, short story of where you got to where you are now.
That's the long short story of where I got to the genesis of where I'm now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Meet M. Teresa Lawrence, a beacon of hope and transformation, whose life's works spans continents. Born in Cuba and celebrated for her philanthropic work, Teresa's journey reflects her dedication to empowering communities globally. Through her Leadership of Play coaching program in Jackson, Wyoming, and literary works like Gloriousness, she encourages a unique approach to leadership, embracing creativity, collaboration, and a childlike wonder for resilient, authentic living. Join her event, the Grand Butterfly Gathering, for a transformative experience where hundreds of people will gather virtually worldwide and on location at the town square in Jackson, Wyoming, dressed as butterflies. This event symbolizes a beautiful connection between nature's harmony and human unity, and is a great opportunity to raise funds and awareness for children's charities worldwide. Visit our website to register for the Grand Butterfly Gathering now, butterflymarch.com.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, here with my guest, Siobhan Moran. And when we left off, we had gotten to the point where Siobhan was sharing how she had gotten to the point where she was about to start her real career. I call her real career. So bring us into, we've gone through the genesis, so what happened next?
So, being the scientist that I am, I took a class, and I remember sitting in the class. I was like, this is cool. This guy doesn't know how to teach people about this stuff. And I didn't know something at the time I'll talk about in a second. And it was about not touching anybody to help them heal. And I was like, well, that makes sense. A mom kisses a child's knee and blows on it, and the knee all of a sudden gets better. And the principles are like that. And really, if you think about it, we're all doing it in some way. And I started thinking about all of this. And then I went home after the class, and my dad, my experimenter, I said, hey, Daddy-O, I learned something new. Do you have anything going on in your body? And he says, oh, I have a bone spur. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but I bet I can fix it. And he was like, okay. Do I have to do anything? I said, no, just stay on the phone.
So then he probably said, okay.
Yes, and I just stay on the phone, I'll do my thing. And then about 15 minutes later, he says, I don't know what you're doing. And he sounded really far away, and I was like, where are you? He says, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm walking across the room, and I haven't been a walk across the room in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh. This is cool. So it works on other people. And I was still building the pharma company at the time. And I was traveling a lot building this. And I would go up to people that looked like they were limping or in pain or whatever. And I said, hey, I just learned this thing. You want to feel better? And I did this to about 100 people.
Wow.
I would just accost them, basically. And just kept getting results. And then I thought, okay, that's nice, but I live somewhere where people probably need this, and I really want to see if this is truly, truly repeatable.
Okay.
And so I opened a clinic at a yoga studio, the first yoga studio in Orange County, way back in the day, long before all this stuff was cool. And I put 5 flyers up, and 10 people came.
Wow.
And we had 10 people who wanted this whack thing that I am a pharmaceutical executive, and I'm doing this other really whack thing over here. And I'm working on people and not touching them, and they're getting better. And next thing you know, I have 4 clinics, and then I have 10 clinics in different states. And next thing you know, I'm on the news, and next thing you know, I'm teaching, like some lady says, hey, I want you to take over my meditation class. I was like, I don't know anything about meditation. They said, you taught me to meditate. And I was like, I did not. And next thing you know, I'm teaching meditation at 3 colleges. And next thing you know, I'm teaching meditation to the U.S. Air Force. And then the
Wow.
Orange County Transportation and Farm. And I'm just, it just is going. And
Did you ever imagine that the trajectory would go that way?
No.
Or you were just saying yes to opportunities that showed up?
you know, honest to God, I was only ever driven selfishly enough to keep myself healthy for the rest of my life. That was my only drive. And if I helped one person, then I did my job on the planet. That was my real, and still is my real only drive. If I'm just helping one person on the planet, I've done my work on the planet. I mean,
Wow.
sounds small.
No,
That's
it
just,
sounds small, but the results are extraordinary.
yeah. So, yeah.
So where do you go after you teach our
Well,
military?
I mean, I'm teaching people all of these things, how to meditate, how to think about it. I'm selling audios. I'm like selling first-time meditations. And you said, how long have I been doing this? And so I've been doing it a long time. Long before it was cool or anybody thought it was cool. Everybody thought it was pretty bizarre, but everybody would ask me for help. In the pharma, people like, hey, can you do that whack woo thing that you move your hands around so I can feel better? I'm like, yeah.
The whack woo thing.
Oh, yeah. Can you do that wavy hand thing? And it became a term. Yeah, wavy hand, for sure. Can you help me master my energy? And so some of the things, I have a school for this now called Energy Mastery, and some of the things have just become because of terms that people would say to me. And they'd be like, can it fix anything? I'm like, well, do you ever feel poopy out in the world? And they're like, yeah, all the time. I was like, well, it's called Poopyville. And so that's become like some of the language that we've used. So it went from there to somebody finally saying, I want you to come and I want you to help me with cancer and I want to pay you. And I'm like, yeah, but I make a lot of money over here. And I give all of this to donation and charity, and that's what I want to do. And she paid me, and we turned this cancer around, and I was like, oh, I know
That's
the principle
huge.
of this. I know the principle of this. The law of money and the law of reciprocity have to work. There has to be a law of reciprocity, because that's what I taught all of my businesses that I helped grow. So you just have to do that. So I started, people said, do you do this? You know, can I have you do this for me? And I'm like, okay, sure. So I created, I had an area in my house that became an office, and people started paying me, and it goes on, and a lot of people were paying me,
And then it grew.
Like 60 people in a week it was a lot. And had an assistant and stuff and websites, and I was the first website on AOL for roofing. Yes, pretty weird if you really think about it. But it wasn't until a client said to me, do you know how much money, no, wait. And she says, no, wait, I need you to like listen to me. And I said, okay. She said, me and my girlfriends found out that we all work with you because of the shoes you wear. And I was like, what? She says, we were talking about this lady with blonde hair who wears designer shoes.
Oh, told you,
And
fashionista.
They all figured out it was me. And so they all ganged up together and decided that she was the voice, and that she was the voice to tell me that I needed to focus more on business, because all of their businesses had gotten really big and really prosperous. And I was like, oh, okay. So I listened to her, and then I went through all of the documentation, all of the cases and clients and all of the documentation, and started thinking about, well, why would this, healer, no other healers can do this? And I was like, oh, because I came from business and coding first. And the subtle, soft woo side had always been there. It just had been waiting to be, brought together. And so this lady, fortunately, brought it together. So that's how I got here. It's a long story.
Wow, that's quite the journey. So tell me, when you brought it together from woo and business, what was the business you started?
Same business. So fun thing. I decided, because I helped businesses, one of the first things you always do is you get a logo. And the second thing before the logo is the name. And so I spent about 6 months germinating on a name, and so the company name is Energetic Solutions. It's been the same all along, since day one.
And can you talk about the programs? I was the beneficiary of a meditation this weekend, and it was a lovely gift. Can you share some of the offerings from Energetic Solutions?
Oh gosh.
No, I know that there are a gazillion of them, because we're going to talk. You do so many things.
Yeah.
But let's say I go to your website, and
Where do I start?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question. I have a lot to say about energy and how people manage and mismanage their energy, and how people get stuck, actually, in their energy before they get stuck in their life. And
I want to ask you about that too, but
yeah.
you keep going.
So the real way is, how big of results do you want? Do you want I want to go honking big? Or do you want to, I just want to dip my toe in, and I just want to feel better and keep getting unstuck? And people tend to want to start with small.
I have so many questions there. People want to start with small, but I thought you always had to go small before you went big. Like, your statement is just like so mind-blowing to me right now. You mean you could just choose big?
Why not? Why can't you?
I love it when she says that. These are like and her face always turns the same when I look at her, and I'm like, What did she just say?
Yes, why not? I mean, listen, we are given all of these amazing tools by Creator to like create and bring forth and create miracles.
This
and
is
bring
important.
forth miracles. And really, the way we don't is through our own programs, patterns, attitudes, beliefs, and more importantly, energies. So let's just say you're brought up in an energy of you only do it this way because the job world says this way. And as you might have discovered, I'm kind of a non-traditionalist from childhood.
Oh, do you think? Okay.
And so it dictates to think differently. So to think differently means to learn who you are and what you have access to differently.
Wow. So for me, this wow moment means, because I've been doing the steps, because in my mind I needed to follow all of the steps to get to the next step so that I could evolve. And the reason this is really expensive for me is now I'm thinking, maybe I don't need the steps. Maybe I just need to go inward and say, I want this, I choose this, I'm going to create this, I'm going to vibrate like this, and I'm going to create it.
Yeah, that's mechanical. That's
Okay.
very mechanical. So what you've said is you're still in that step mode.
Yes, so
And-
hold on. With that, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Meet M. Teresa Lawrence, a beacon of hope and transformation whose life's works spans continents. Born in Cuba and celebrated for her philanthropic work, Teresa's journey reflects her dedication to empowering communities globally. Through her Leadership of Play coaching program in Jackson, Wyoming, and literary works like Gloriousness, she encourages a unique approach to leadership, embracing creativity, collaboration, and a childlike wonder for resilient, authentic living. Join her event, the Grand Butterfly Gathering, for a transformative experience where hundreds of people will gather virtually worldwide and on location at the town square in Jackson, Wyoming, dressed as butterflies. This event symbolizes a beautiful connection between nature's harmony and human unity, and is a great opportunity to raise funds and awareness for children's charities worldwide. Visit our website to register for the Grand Butterfly Gathering now, butterflymarch.com.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, with my very interesting, out-of-the-box guest, Siobhan Moran. And when we left off, we were talking about the power of manifestation, and I was in my step mode because I've been following these steps to succeed. And it seems I'm still following those steps. And Siobhan noted that perhaps there's a different way. And I'm asking you to share.
Yeah. So most people have a couple ways: follow the steps, or let me just meditate on it and it's all going to come to me. And there has to be a unique way, because each of us have a unique thing that we're here to do and share on the planet. Everybody does. Everyone. And all of the things that you did before have gotten you to where you are today. And so the things that most people think about is they're thinking inside the construct that they know, which is the energy that they know. And you said the word manifesting. I don't think manifesting is necessary, but I think you do need to be a magnet. You need to have your energy available and magnetizing so that things occur for you and you step into the opportunity. And you also have to know how money works, because money and energy are the same. That's essential. And I know that helping businesses get built and sold, when you know how money works, at least to a decent enough level, then you can bring things to you with more ease and grace, so long as you learn how to get out of your own way.
That's the question.
And
How do you get out of your own way? How do you get rid of the stories?
The stories, yeah. So the drive and what you're here to do has to be bigger than the story. It has to be more important than the story. The stories will never matter if the drive is so important.
Well,
And if you think about people like Mother Teresa, and you think about people like, even Elon Musk and Joe Rogan, and all these people who are doing all these things.
yeah, I read
now.
all those
Right.
biographies.
Right. You think about Steve Jobs. Everybody had a story, but their drive and their end thing that they're here to do and share was more important than the story. And then they would work on the stories along the journey. And for my particular journey,
So
I didn't have the luxury of a story that I wanted to play into. My story was, I want to be healthy for the rest of my life. And if I can help one more person, then I am selfishly helping myself. And that is true. That's the law and principle of giving and receiving. And you follow that law and principle, and it's magnetic.
Can you talk about those principles? Share some of them?
Well, the law of giving and receiving
giving,
is,
right.
as you give, you're entitled to receive. As you give, you must have some sort of reciprocity. Most people who do woo work and more soft, subtle, coaching or healing or mentoring or even therapy, they don't know how money works. They don't know how to ask for money, and they don't know how to help people with their money. And you have to understand that you're given these tools, and all of the stuff in your background, it's unapplicable now more than ever. When I started, we didn't have Wi-Fi. And when I started, the internet.
Well, you did have an AOL account.
I didn't have an AOL. So here's fun. I didn't have an AOL account, but I had an AOL website. Different. Anyway, but the coder in me, thought ahead.
Do you think like the energy patterns are like coding?
100%. But that's for me because I've
No,
always thought that.
No, I interview a lot of spiritual
Yeah.
people, and several of them are coders, and they see patterns. And when I talk about, like everything you've spoken about, I've been through. And at some point I was such a giver and I wasn't getting anything back. And I was like, what is wrong with this picture? And it was me. It wasn't the fact that I was giving. I thought I had to give everything and not get everything back.
Most people have a misunderstanding of the law of giving and receiving because church and religion says you have to give. They don't teach you how to receive and be available and allow. They don't teach you how that Jesus in the Bible is the biggest manifesting book ever. They don't teach you that he was one of the richest humans on the planet. I mean, that's just wrong. That's keeping you in low feudalism rather than freedom and expression and creativity and whatever we're here to do and bring forward.
Wow. So when I enter these countries that are extremely religious, and of course I'm plugging myself now in Think and Grow Rich, I go and I teach Think and Grow Rich because I believe that it is a book that speaks of religion in a non-religious way. I mean, no, I'm not saying that correctly. It speaks about giving yourself the power to change your story. And it talks about several of the principles that you have brought up. And when I get to a place that is extremely religious, I simply tell people that honor your religion, but remember you have a choice. And you have to pay yourself first. Because if you don't pay yourself first, you're not going to have anything to give forward. Because in these countries, they just give and give and give. So it goes back to what you were saying.
So the thing that's important is you have to know. What do you need to know? You have to have the will, meaning the will and the drive and the discipline, and then you have to have daring. Have the courage to go forward, to know, to will, to dare. And to know...
That's so good. To know, to will, to dare.
Right. And most people are still caught in the, I got to know it all. I got to figure it all out. I got to figure it out. And it's like, do you? Do you really need to figure it out? I mean... I didn't know how the website worked, and I was just like, I don't know. I mean, I started my first podcast. I just found some of the episodes from way back then.
I have to interrupt. I know I'm digressing, but how many podcasts do you have?
Oh, I only have 2 right now, and
No,
one that's
the
fully
numbers.
alive.
The numbers.
Oh, episodes?
Episodes.
Oh,
This is outstanding.
450.
450 episodes.
But I would have more had I stuck with the original one. So I would have thousands, many thousands, anyway, so I didn't know. And so all I wanted, it was called Master Energy, Master Your Life, long before anybody was talking about energy. And it was on a radio station at 8:30 a.m. Friday, every morning, or every Friday morning. And to know, okay, great. So the first few episodes, I had to have somebody sit across from me because, how do you talk to air? Whoever wants to talk to air? And that was impossible at the time. And then who did I want to talk to? Well, I wanted to talk to Jean-Michel Cousteau. So I sent him an email and I interviewed him. Who did I want to talk to? I wanted to talk to Warren Buffett's son. I sent him an email. I found these. This is why I'm reminded of them. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to know the CEO of the Noetic Society, who was part of NASA. And I just sent him an email and he says, of course. I'm just to know, right? Did I need to know? No, but I needed to have somebody help me, like you have here, and then to have the will, because I wanted to do it, and then to be in the daring and just go for it, and whatever people thought, they thought.
Wow, that's so good. I really love the fact that you wrote letters to all of these people. I always say I spend time with this woman and I feel I need to shadow her. I've been writing notes like every time I meet her. I'm going to start sending emails to people that I want to interview. Why not?
Why not?
No, that's fabulous. And talk to me about, because now you do both companies and individuals?
I 98% of the time work with business owners.
Okay.
And so when I work with a business owner, I want to look at them and deal with them physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, financially. I want to look at all 6 parts.
Of the owner.
Of the owner.
Do you think the owner's energy?
100%. Yes,
Yes,
because
it reflects
when I worked in a business and I knew how to do this, I didn't work with the owner. I was part of the crew that was helping to build it, and I didn't think to even ask the owner's permission. I just started doing my magical woo things, and so weird story, but the thing that I was doing helped the business close, but it also helped the business get bought by UPS and become something major inside of UPS. So it was kind of cool, but I learned you always work with the owner. So I always work with the owner because then I can help the trickle down. As you fix the energy of the owner, they say the speed of the leader is the speed of the team. It's the energy of the leader is the success of the team. It's the energy of the leader that's the success of the team 100% every time. Every time. So I work with them, and a lot of them come with health stuff, and a lot of them come that they want to fix something going on monetarily in their business or their life or something like that. And so we start with those two things.
Okay. Now with that, we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back.
Meet M. Teresa Lawrence, a beacon of hope and transformation whose life's works spans continents. Born in Cuba and celebrated for her philanthropic work, Teresa's journey reflects her dedication to empowering communities globally. Through her Leadership of Play coaching program in Jackson, Wyoming, and literary works like Gloriousness, she encourages a unique approach to leadership, embracing creativity, collaboration, and a childlike wonder for resilient, authentic living. Join her event, the Grand Butterfly Gathering, for a transformative experience where hundreds of people will gather virtually worldwide and on location at the town square in Jackson, Wyoming, dressed as butterflies. This event symbolizes a beautiful connection between nature's harmony and human unity, and is a great opportunity to raise funds and awareness for children's charities worldwide. Visit our website to register for the Grand Butterfly Gathering now, butterflymarch.com.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence, here with my guest, Siobhan Moran. And when we left off, we were talking about how Siobhan works with the leader of the company. And to me, you know, I thought you would work with the entire company or just an individual, but Siobhan shared how the energy of the leader trickles down through the entire company. And so continuing in that thread, what are you doing now?
Yeah.
Like what are you excited about? What's coming up in the future?
Yeah. So the way I work with people, I think it'd be helpful to tell a story in a second. So the way I work with people is they have a vision, a dream, a mission, something, and they want to monetize it, and they're stuck in that place. And I have all of these cool things in my toolbox, many trainloads of tools in the toolbox to help somebody get out of their way physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, relationally, financially. I'm working on the business, and I'm working to help them get more time to get away from the business and help the business monetize. And so that's, some call it mentoring. I mean, one guy calls me his wizardress, and another girl calls me, her like teacher, another one, so everybody has their own name. They call it coaching, but it's not really, I'm not really being a coach. It's really just teaching people how to live these principles and exist in a business in these principles and in their lives and bring them to everybody in different ways. So a great story of one of the clients, he came with a shoulder problem and something going on with his relationship with his wife. And I was like, I can fix the shoulder problem in like 30 seconds. That's easy. So we fixed the shoulder problem. I said, so there's something else happening. And so I can see energy. I can see energy inside of a business, kind of like 3D MRI.
Wow.
That's moving. Mm-hmm. And that's scary to people because that means that, they can't hide things. But I only do that when I'm working with people. And my drive is to help somebody get a result that they couldn't have gotten to them by themselves at all, or not for years. And so he was being sued by the Federal Trade Commission. And he was being sued so much that they had kind of levied everything. So fast forward, I said, okay, so we're going to solve the problem with the lawyers. You have to let go of this lawyer because he's lying to you. And he's like, how do you know? And I was like, I don't know, just kind of play. And so he played with every single thing I said along the way. Now he has a $50 million company. One of the stories in that was they had been having a coding problem with something new that they were inventing.
See, it all goes back to coding.
So it was something new that they were inventing. And I was like, listen, Jesse, just take me on the phone into this meeting, and I just need to hear the energy. I can hear the energy too. I just need to hear it. And he came out of the meeting. We had a quick conversation. I said, say this sentence to them. And I'm good with words. And he said the sentence. It unlocked the problem they'd been working on for a year, because the energy and the whole direction all changed because of the way the sentence and the energy was all driven to get a result. So how do I work with people? I work with them to get them a result, to help them monetize, and I do it one-on-one for a few select people, and then I have other things along the way. So I've written 18 books and audios and programs that you can do for yourself. And then the key thing for any human is to get out of their own chaos. Out of their own chaos and into clarity. Everybody wants clarity, and everybody needs to get out of their chaos. And so basically, I just cut through the crap, cut through Poopyville to give them Clarityville, which gives them results, and I help them find the results and find the fastest path to money.
That's fantastic. And how do people get a hold of you? What's the best way?
I think the best thing I could give to your folks is a little book I have called ChaosToClarityNow.com. And basically it gives them formula, and it gives them a book, it gives them some stories, and it gives them some technical energy tactics, strategies, ideas, thoughts, and repatternings.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I have another question for you, given our discussion the other night. Are you perhaps excited about future retreats?
I am a consummate creative, and I am always working on a new book or a new program or a new something, and I tend to apparently talk fast. And yeah, I'd love to have a retreat, a couple retreats. One would be in Italy, in the place that you and I met. Another one would be in Costa Rica. I have this amazing place in Costa Rica to take people that's glorious, places that are nurturing, and gets people to learn how to expand, because most people don't know how to expand. They know how to.
So when you're planning
Give.
something like that, do you pick the place first and then the dates?
I usually pick a name.
The name for the retreat?
Yes, I usually pick a name, just like I would with a book. I have to pick a name, and then the place comes.
Okay, so for next year, we're envisioning retreats.
Retreats.
Yes, we are. I'm going. I'm just egging her on to have her say something, but I'm certainly going. It has been a pleasure having you on the show. I feel honored. I've learned a lot. I really did learn a lot. Even beforehand about the lighting and how to put on a podcast. Because for me, I'm in a learning phase, but soon I'm going to be expensive when I get out of my own way. So for everybody listening, I want to share again that I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. I am the president and executive director of the Trueness Project. And the last Saturday in June of each year, I host the most beautiful event on the planet. It is the Grand Butterfly Gathering, where I ask you all to pray for peace and dress up like butterflies. And the reason we pray for peace is because I'm actually asking you all to love on yourselves. Because once you know your truth, you will have peace, and you can only share something you already have. And so I ask you all to join us and to sign up at butterflymarch.com. Oh, Siobhan, mention your website again.
SiobhanMoran.com. SheevanMoran.com.
There you go. And then the other thing I want to invite you all to is to join me in Nepal. It's not really a retreat.
I've been there.
We are going to the birthplace of Buddha. We're going to go chant with the monks, and we're going to go have fun and learn new things and visit an orphanage that the Trueness Project helped put on the map. So with that, thank you so much for being our guest, and peace.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.